Are you worried that one wrong step could change your life forever? Most people over 70 experience at least one fall that leads to injury, hospitalization, or loss of independence. Recent research involving 9,000 seniors has revealed 6 specific walking techniques that can reduce fall risk by up to 80% without requiring expensive equipment or gym memberships. What you're about to learn could be the answer you've been searching for to walk with confidence and safety again. You clicked on this video because walking safely matters to you, and I understand that concern completely. What you're about to learn goes beyond just preventing falls. You're getting proven techniques used by physical therapists that can improve your overall mobility and independence. The final technique I'll share about environmental awareness might be the most valuable thing you hear today. Here's the challenge many people face. 78% of seniors report feeling anxious about falling during daily activities. But I'm here to show you a different path. Stay with me because these techniques could transform how you move through your day. And please consider sharing this with anyone who might benefit from this information. Technique number 1. Master the art of proper posture while walking. This next one will change how you think about balance and stability. Meet George, a 74-year-old retired engineer who loved taking evening walks around his neighborhood. Over several months, he began feeling unsteady and started avoiding his favorite walking routes because he worried about falling. George noticed he was looking down constantly while walking, thinking this would help him spot obstacles. But his physical therapist explained that George's downward gaze was actually creating the instability he feared. His head position was throwing off his entire body alignment and making falls more likely, not less. Here's what George discovered: proper head and spine alignment while walking is the foundation of all balance and stability. Research from the Cleveland Clinic shows that head position directly affects your center of gravity and muscle activation patterns. When your head tilts forward or down consistently, your shoulders round your spine curves and your weight shifts away from your optimal balance point. Scientists have found that maintaining proper posture while walking activates core muscles automatically and improves reaction time to unexpected obstacles or surface changes. How can you tell if poor posture is affecting your walking stability? Pay attention to feeling off balance or unsteady even on familiar flat surfaces. You might notice tension in your neck and shoulders after short walks, and you could also experience a tendency to lean forward or shuffle your feet rather than taking confident steps. These aren't signs of weakness. They're indicators that your body alignment needs attention. The good news is correcting your walking posture is simple and immediately effective. Start by imagining a string gently pulling the top of your head toward the sky, and gradually practice keeping your eyes focused 10 to 15 feet ahead rather than on the ground directly in front of you. Throughout your day, check your posture by ensuring your ears are over your shoulders and your shoulders are over your hips. The beautiful part is this alignment feels natural once you practice it consistently, and you can experience improved balance within just a few days of conscious attention. If you've ever felt unsteady while walking and wondered if it was just part of getting older, you know that small adjustments can sometimes make enormous differences. Technique number 2. Activate your natural arm swing for better balance. This one might surprise you because most people focus on their feet when they should be thinking about their arms. Consider Marie, an 81-year-old widow who began using a walker after a minor fall. While the walker provided security, Marie noticed her balance seemed to be getting worse over time rather than better. She felt stiff and robot, like when moving around her home. Her daughter suggested consulting a movement specialist who immediately noticed that Marie had stopped swinging her arms naturally. Instead, both hands gripped the walker tightly, eliminating the natural counterbalance that arm movement provides. This rigid posture was actually making her more unstable and dependent on the device than necessary. What Marie learned changed everything. Natural arm swing is essential for maintaining dynamic balance and preventing falls. Studies conducted at Johns Hopkins found that arm movement during walking provides crucial counterbalance that helps maintain stability and forward momentum. When your right leg steps forward, your left arm should naturally swing forward as well, creating a cross-body pattern that keeps your torso centered. Researchers discovered that people who lose this natural rhythm are 40% more likely to experience balance problems and falls regardless of leg strength or other physical factors. What are the warning signs that restricted arm movement is affecting your stability? Watch for feeling rigid or mechanical when walking, even with assistive devices. You may experience increased fatigue during short walks because your body is working harder to maintain balance. And you could also notice that you feel more confident sitting than moving. These signals indicate that your natural movement patterns need restoration. Here's the empowering truth: you can retrain natural arm swing even if you use assistive devices. Begin with practicing arm movement while standing still, letting one arm swing gently while the other holds your cane or walker. And slowly incorporate this rhythm into actual walking by taking small steps while maintaining the cross-pattern movement. During your regular activities, focus on keeping your shoulders relaxed and allowing at least one arm to move freely when possible. What's wonderful is this creates a sense of flowing movement rather than stilted walking. Plus, you'll find that moving feels more natural and less exhausting. Have you noticed feeling stiff or unnatural when walking even with mobility aids? Let me know in the comments. And if you're finding these techniques helpful, make sure to subscribe because we share practical advice for seniors that can make daily life easier and more enjoyable. Anyone who has felt frustrated by increasing dependence on walking aids understands that maintaining natural movement patterns is crucial for long-term mobility. But this is nothing compared to what comes next. Technique number 3, perfect your foot placement and step pattern. This particular technique is especially important because it addresses the foundation of every step you take. Picture this: Kenneth, a 79-year-old grandfather who enjoyed daily walks to the local coffee shop. Over time, Kenneth developed a shuffling gait because he was afraid of tripping on uneven sidewalks. He thought keeping his feet closer to the ground would be safer, but this cautious approach backfired. The shuffling actually increased his risk of catching his toes on small obstacles and made it harder to recover if he did stumble. A physical therapist helped Kenneth understand that proper foot placement involves a heel-to-toe rolling motion that actually provides better stability and control. The truth is, how your foot contacts the ground determines your stability, shock absorption, and ability to react to surface changes. According to research from Stanford Medical Center, the natural heel-to-toe walking pattern engages multiple muscle groups in sequence, providing optimal balance and energy efficiency. When people shuffle or land flat-footed, they lose this muscle activation sequence and rely more heavily on conscious balance control rather than automatic responses. Scientists found that practicing proper foot placement can reduce fall risk by up to 50% by improving both stability and reaction time. How do you know if improper foot placement is increasing your fall risk? Look out for feeling like your feet are stuck to the ground or having difficulty lifting your toes when walking. Some people notice frequent stumbling on small obstacles like throw rugs or door thresholds, while others experience leg fatigue after short distances due to inefficient movement patterns. These indicators suggest that your walking mechanics need refinement. What's hopeful is that retraining proper foot placement can be done safely and gradually. You can start today by practicing heel-to-toe walking while holding onto a kitchen counter or sturdy furniture, and over time, focus on gently landing on your heel first, then rolling through to push off with your toes. Within your normal schedule, try walking barefoot on carpet occasionally to better feel the rolling motion through your foot. The rewarding aspect is this technique often reduces joint pain and improves energy efficiency, and you'll experience more confident movement on various surfaces. When you've experienced the frustration of stumbling on seemingly flat surfaces, you realize that proper technique matters more than being extra cautious. Yet this pales in comparison to what follows. Technique number 4, optimize your step length and walking rhythm. What I'm about to share will revolutionize how you think about walking speed and safety. Let me tell you about Ruth, an 85-year-old former dance instructor who prided herself on maintaining an active lifestyle. After a close call with falling while hurrying to answer the phone, Ruth became overly cautious and began taking very long, slow steps, thinking this would be safer. However, this exaggerated, careful walking actually made her less stable because her weight shifted too far forward, with each step requiring constant balance corrections. A movement therapist helped Ruth discover that shorter, more frequent steps provide much better control and stability than long, cautious strides. Here's the reality: optimal step length and rhythm create a stable, sustainable walking pattern that reduces fall risk. Evidence from Harvard Medical School reveals that step length directly affects your center of gravity and balance recovery ability. When steps are too long, your weight shifts beyond your base of support, making you vulnerable to falls. When steps are too short and hesitant, you lose forward momentum and natural rhythm. Researchers found that the ideal step length allows your weight to remain centered over your feet while maintaining smooth, continuous movement. What are the warning signs that your step pattern is increasing fall risk rather than providing safety? Be aware of feeling like you're constantly catching yourself or making balance corrections while walking. Common experiences include leg fatigue after short distances due to inefficient movement and feeling unstable when transitioning between different walking speeds. These symptoms indicate that your step mechanics need adjustment for optimal safety and efficiency. The good news is finding your optimal walking rhythm is straightforward and immediately beneficial. Start by practicing walking to a steady count or familiar song rhythm while focusing on keeping steps comfortable rather than either rushed or overly cautious. And gradually find the pace that feels most natural and requires the least conscious balance effort. Throughout your daily activities, notice which step length allows you to walk smoothly without feeling like you're reaching too far forward or taking tiny shuffling steps. The amazing thing is optimal rhythm often feels effortless once you find it, and you'll discover that efficient walking is actually less tiring than either rushing or being overly careful. People who have struggled with finding the right balance between caution and confidence can relate to the relief of discovering their natural, safe walking rhythm. However, the most important part is still ahead. Technique number 5. Strengthen your core for walking stability. This one is especially powerful because it addresses the hidden foundation of all balance and movement. Consider Frank, an 87-year-old widower who noticed increasing difficulty maintaining his balance while walking, especially when turning corners or navigating around furniture. Frank assumed this was just normal aging and began holding onto walls and furniture more frequently. His concerned daughter arranged for a physical therapy evaluation where Frank learned that his core muscles had become significantly weaker over time. This wasn't visible from the outside, but it was affecting every step he took. The therapist explained that core strength is like having an internal stabilizing belt that supports balance during all movement. Here's what Frank discovered. Core muscle strength is essential for maintaining balance during walking and provides the foundation for safe, confident movement. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that core muscles, including the abdomen, lower back, and deep pelvic muscles, work together to stabilize the spine and pelvis during walking. As we age, these muscles naturally weaken unless specifically maintained, leading to increased fall risk and movement difficulties. Scientists found that even modest improvements in core strength can dramatically improve walking stability and reduce the fear of falling that often develops in older adults. How can you tell if weak core muscles are affecting your walking stability? Pay attention to feeling wobbly or unsteady when walking, especially when changing directions or walking on uneven surfaces. You might notice increased reliance on handrails, walls, or furniture for support during normal household activities, and you could also experience lower back discomfort after walking short distances. These aren't inevitable parts of aging, they're signs that your core stability needs attention. Here's the empowering truth: core strengthening can be done safely at home with simple exercises that don't require getting on the floor. Begin with gentle belly breathing exercises where you pull your navel toward your spine while breathing normally, and slowly progress to standing balance exercises like lifting one foot slightly off the ground while holding onto a counter. During your regular activities, practice engaging your core muscles gently while standing and walking by imagining you're wearing a supportive belt around your midsection. What's wonderful is even small improvements in core strength create noticeable differences in walking confidence. Plus, you'll find that many daily activities become easier when your core provides better support. Have you noticed feeling less stable when walking and wondered if there's something you can do about it? Share your thoughts below, and if you found this eye-opening, please subscribe and ring the notification bell. Your engagement helps us reach more seniors who need this information. Anyone who has experienced the gradual loss of walking confidence understands that rebuilding stability from the inside out can be life-changing. But this next discovery changes everything. Technique number 6. Develop environmental awareness and surface navigation skills. Now for the final technique. This one is particularly crucial because it addresses the hidden dangers that cause most unexpected falls. Most people focus on their own body mechanics when thinking about fall prevention. But what they don't realize is that environmental awareness and the ability to quickly assess and adapt to different surfaces is often the difference between a safe walk and a dangerous tumble. Meet Helen, a 90-year-old grandmother who had mastered all the physical aspects of safe walking, but still experienced several close calls with falling. Helen was puzzled because she felt strong and balanced, yet she kept having near misses on surfaces that seemed perfectly safe. A mobility specialist helped Helen recognize that she wasn't fully processing visual and tactile information about her environment before stepping. Helen learned that transitions between different floor surfaces, changes in lighting, and even reflective or patterned flooring could confuse her depth perception and lead to missteps. What Helen learned changed everything. Environmental awareness and surface assessment skills are essential components of fall prevention that most people never learn. Clinical studies from the National Institute on Aging show that many falls occur not due to physical weakness, but because of delayed recognition of environmental hazards or surface changes. As we age, our visual processing and depth perception can change subtly, making it harder to instantly assess floor surfaces, lighting conditions, and potential obstacles. Researchers discovered that people who develop conscious environmental scanning habits reduce their fall risk by up to 60% compared to those who rely solely on automatic responses. How do you know if environmental awareness gaps are putting you at risk for falls? Be aware of having close calls or feeling uncertain when walking on surfaces that look different from what you expect. Common experiences include difficulty judging steps or curbs, accurately feeling disoriented when moving between indoor and outdoor lighting, and hesitation when encountering patterned or reflective flooring. These symptoms indicate that your environmental processing skills need development and practice. The good news is environmental awareness can be improved through simple, conscious practice that becomes automatic over time. Start by developing the habit of briefly pausing to visually scan new environments before walking, noting surface changes, lighting differences, and potential obstacles. And gradually practice the Name It technique, where you silently identify surface types as you approach them. Within your normal schedule, pay special attention to transition areas like doorways, where lighting and flooring often change, and take extra time to visually process these spaces. The amazing thing is this heightened awareness often prevents falls before they happen rather than trying to recover afterward. And you'll discover that being more observant actually makes walking more interesting and engaging rather than fearful. Anyone who has experienced a near fall on a surface that looked perfectly safe understands that sometimes the environment can be more challenging than our own physical abilities. This alone could prevent the majority of unexpected falls that occur in seemingly safe environments. Final thoughts. Looking back, these 6 walking techniques reveal that fall prevention is about much more than just being careful or moving slowly. These insights aren't just about avoiding falls. They're about reclaiming confidence, independence, and the freedom to move through your world without constant fear. The good news is you now have practical, proven techniques that can be implemented immediately without expensive equipment or complicated routines. You're not destined to accept increasing fall risk as an inevitable part of aging. The choices you make today about how you walk and move can preserve your independence and quality of life for years to come. If you've recognized areas where your walking technique could be improved, know that every small change you make contributes to significantly better safety and confidence. Tonight or today, choose one of these techniques to focus on during your next walk, whether it's around your home or to the mailbox. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share which walking technique you plan to practice first and any improvements you notice in your stability and confidence. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to having you join us again in the next video.